Boothbay Selectmen to order. And the first order of business is pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone's in there. First thing on order of business is public comments.
Quiet public.
Public comments. For the motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
With one correction, there's just no, it doesn't state who was at that meeting, the attendance. So with that correction, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second. Okay, all in favor? Could be three of us. Okay, Dan, you're up. Report.
Yep. Quickly, code enforcement. In the last couple of weeks, we get 10 new building permits, 5 plumbing, 3 subsurface wastewater, and 1 new wharf and weir has come in. That'll be for the planning board next month. I think they'll be ready. Public Works is working on shoulder repair, ledge removal. They're doing some roadside cutting. Still hauling some of the floats out, and they're beginning to get the winter sand stored. I think Mike said they have about half of it in right now. So we're looking pretty good there. The business office obviously has been getting ready, preparing for the referendum for next week. So they've been kind of double tasked lately. Just wanted to give you guys a kind of a brief rundown on what's been happening with a couple of the committees that we have. On the Joint Economic Planning Committee, they've been busy formulating a plan regarding the areas where we know development is happening right now. What can we do to assist, or is there anything we can do to assist? As well as looking at the areas we should be kind of keying on strategically for the future. One of the things that's been talked about often is broadband. Broadband is very attractive, especially to business savvy folks. It's one of those things that you're going to need if we're going to attract some tech sector jobs. So, but those are some of the things that they've been discussing. They have chosen leadership. The Boothbay representative is Abby Levin, and the Boothbay Harbor representative is Wendy Wolf. So they're moving forward, and I think they've chosen to move or meet bi-weekly rather. So they're being very aggressive right now in trying to formulate exactly what they are. Clifford Park Committee reconvened last night, and the discussions there centered around them kind of thinking about choosing leadership, chair, vice chair, prioritizing what they need, and working with the harbor and the school to make sure that we're accenting each other and that we're not being redundant in some of the projects that we're thinking of. So right now we're very much in kind of the vision phase. We're still in that vision phase. We haven't decided exactly where we're headed. One of the things that we talked about is possibly getting out a brief poll that I could put out for the referendum on Tuesday, that I could put out there to say, if you're there, what would be your priority for Clifford Park? And maybe somebody could just put down some different ideas. Just again, so we can get a greater crosshatch of where the community's at and what we see we want and need in that area. So, other than that, that's...
Number 6, personnel policy changes.
So you can see the personnel policy folder in front of you, and each of the 3 areas that you had talked about previously, I've highlighted those and inserted them into the policy. One was the time clock, one was the buyback of unused sick time. Buyback is the wrong term. Getting a bonus if you don't use up your sick time.
Right.
And what was the last? Good. Drawing a blank on that one. See any yellow in there?
I'm trying to think of what the 3 things were.
Hey, Dan, On the,
Oh, I know what it was. It was the retirement, the 1% increment
The matching.
to get up to a 5% employee,
and that takes effect January 1 of this year, right, this coming year?
if it's accepted,
Yeah.
correct.
Going back to the $350 bonus,
Yes.
it doesn't mention, I mean, it mentions they get a bonus if they, wait a minute,
3 or less.
3 days or less of the allotted sick days, but it doesn't mention if someone should get hurt on the job.
Okay.
And my only concern with that is if somebody gets hurt on the job, workers' comp requires you to use a week's worth of sick time before you can start drawing workers' comp, which kind of stinks for the employee. If they get hurt on the
Right.
job,
Yeah.
they lose that because they got injured on the job. That isn't fair to them.
Okay. So if I make that amendment, is that,
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
okay?
right.
I mean, just a simple term in there that just said
I think I've got a boilerplate.
excluding workers' comp.
I have a boilerplate statement that I can insert there
Okay.
that will take care of exactly that.
Yeah, you want to take this up next meeting?
No, actually,
Yeah? Well,
I'll make the motion that we
Approve it with that
approve
amendment.
it with that amendment to get it to the employees, because they gotta have it for 30 days before we can take this up anyways.
yeah.
And I'll send that right out to you immediately if it doesn't meet what you're looking for, but I think it's exactly what you're looking
We
for.
gotta give them a 30-day
Okay.
look-over period before we do anything with it anyways. So I've made the motion.
Second. All in favor? Okay. Fire proposal apparatus. I guess you must be up, Dick. Huh?
Dan called me a few minutes ago and asked if I'd come to this.
Yep, and I can actually, if it wouldn't be fair to you, if there were questions, it would be good for you to be here, but I can,
Going over just briefly what we talked before. Might as well sit down. Our lowest bid, when we put it out to bid, was $220,950. That was our lowest bid, and that was around $9,000 lower than other bid. We got two bids.
Yeah.
And if I think we did this, back in August, we talked about it, or we got the proposal?
It was in the summer.
If it goes beyond the end of October, the price goes up $6,698 without a signature. If we should get a signature this week or before the end of the month, there's no money has to be given. We're probably talking a year, almost a year away, because it's 200 days just to get the chassis.
We've got 2 days to sign
Hey, Dick, is that through Greenwood?
Yes. So Greenwood and the.
Price that we have here is $223,276.
Okay, that, I get the one before that.
Yep, that was with the,
last one,
yep, because there were a couple of,
There was a couple
Yep.
things on it.
that they wanted to change out.
But the 6698 is still what it will go up. Before this,
Yep.
the end of this week.
So you'll
Like I
have to do
said,
that.
they don't require any money
2
down.
days, 2 days.
I can do that. If it's authorized, I can do that tomorrow.
Yeah, so, yeah.
But with no discount, yeah, I've got this one on my dashboard, this was the one.
So what would you, when you say you get a discount, you have to pay the full amount? Usually it's just a chassis amount.
No, I mean, their combined proposal included the chassis with it, they didn't break it down.
No, but to get a discount, you said to get a discount
But
if
you get a discount if you paid it in advance.
the whole amount?
Yeah. Some-
You'd be crazy to do that.
Yeah, well, some do, though. That's why they bonded in case something happens,
How much of a discount we get?
a couple $1,000.
Well, a lot of times, I mean, I can only go with what we do with an ambulance. If you buy the chassis in advance, which is the cheapest part of an ambulance, really, but it's like 35, 40 grand, then they give you, it's like a $2,500 discount by buying the chassis. But
See,
to pay the
Greenwood,
whole amount,
They didn't separate anything, they did it as a complete package.
All right.
And I mean, they did talk to Portland North when we have got our other chassis, and I believe they're gonna get it from them, but it's gonna be delivered to Florida, where they'll build it. So they didn't break that down at all, that was just, the whole package was lower than the other bids, so. Well, I said, there won't have to be any money exchanged until it'll be almost a year. 200 days for the chassis, and then by the time they build the thing, it's gonna be into next summer sometime, before you see anything. They expect money on delivery of the apparatus.
And what's the balance right now of the capital reserve?
I think it's just over $370,000.
And that's, I looked, before our meeting, I looked in here at, last town meeting, what the voters approved, and we have another 300 and something thousand going in there this year. It's 177 and 140. So that's right, 317,000 that's going in there again this year. So the money's there.
Yeah, right.
And remember, we do have a $40,000 capital for AirPack water replacements that is due in 2017. We may get a grant for it, but just in case we don't,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, and we're kind of already planning on that.
Right, and that's in the capital plan as well. I mean, the voters voted for us to carry out the capital plan. So, I mean, as long as we follow what we're supposed to do, which put it out to bid, which you did, I mean, so we have the authority to do it if we want to do it.
Right.
I think it makes sense to do it tonight rather than wait and spend another almost $7,000.
The sales agreement's gotta be signed by Friday.
Right.
That's the last business day of the month.
Right.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, if it goes on, it's probably gonna go up again after
Oh,
this,
yeah,
you know.
definitely.
So does this truck, do you know, does it take the urea, the DEF fluid? The diesel exhaust fluid?
Oh, yeah, well, I don't know, it's got all the new emissions on it.
My question is, because you might be getting under the wire and getting, I think they call them a tier 2 engine. I got lucky when I just bought our loader and we got a tier 2 engine that doesn't use it. But the ones they're making now do, so.
I noticed Alma's just got a new truck, and that's got that.
So you probably
gas
will
and
then.
diesel in it, you know, that additive or
The
whatever.
DEF,
And that kind of stinks because, I mean, you gotta buy it, it burns 1 gallon of that.
I haven't put it in there yet, because I didn't remember seeing that on the proposal.
Be nice if it didn't.
Yeah.
That would be another reason why you'd want to buy one now versus later. I'll make the motion we approve Dicky to, or I guess it would be Dan to enter into a contract with Greenwood Emergency Vehicles for $223,276.
second.
All those in favor?
Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. then.
Just for the record, it's replacing what, a 30-year-old truck, correct?
Correct, yes. The one hanging on, hopefully she'll hang on another year. Thank you.
Okay, new business.
Thanks, Dicky.
Giving Tuesday
Proclamations.
Young.
Hi, thank you. I'm here, I'm representing a group, an alliance of nonprofits called Boothbay Treasures. And we are a local chapter of Giving Tuesday. Giving Tuesday is an international movement. It follows Thanksgiving, and then there's Black Friday, and Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Shopping Monday. And then they come up with Giving Tuesday. And so you have all those days to shop, and then Giving Tuesday kind of balances the scales. It's a day to give your philanthropic donations. So you all have been kind in the past of making a proclamation, a town proclamation, to say that December 1st would be Giving Tuesday for the year. And so I'm just here requesting that you do that again this year. The Boothbay Treasures represents 37 nonprofit organizations on our peninsula, and that's from Southport through to Edgecombe. And I've requested to all 4 towns to make the proclamation. You know, our basic goal is just to raise awareness of all the services that the nonprofits provide, and also to thank all the many volunteers and donors that support all the nonprofits on the peninsula.
Can you read the proclamation?
I will read the proclamation.
It's boilerplate from the Giving Tuesday.
Whereas Giving Tuesday was established as a national day of giving on the Tuesday following Thanksgiving, and whereas Giving Tuesday is a celebration of philanthropy and volunteerism where people give whatever they are able to give, and whereas Giving Tuesday is a day where citizens work together to share commitments, rally for favorite causes, build a stronger community, and think about other people, and whereas it is fitting and proper on Giving Tuesday on every day to recognize the tremendous impact of philanthropy, volunteerism, and community service in the town of Boothbay, whereas Giving Tuesday is an opportunity to encourage citizens to serve others throughout this holiday season and during other times of the year, and whereas 37 of our local nonprofit organizations have joined forces under the umbrella of Boothbay Treasures to signify and recognize how much the local community treasures the services these nonprofits offer to the town and how the nonprofit organizations treasure their local supporters, be it therefore resolved that the Board of Selectmen of the town of Boothbay does hereby proclaim December 1st, 2015 as Giving Tuesday in the town of Boothbay and encourage all citizens to join together to give back to the community in any way that is personally meaningful. In witness whereof, we have hereunto set our hand and caused the seal of the town of Boothbay, Maine, to be affixed this first day of December 2015.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome. On the fund request.
Yep, and you have that before you, and
It's another France trip, I see.
it is. Wrote a nice letter there, you can see what the interest is there, what the educational opportunity is for the young man.
We have given, actually, it's a nice little essay. I mean, that's the first person.
No, it actually is a really,
Yes, it is.
really nice essay.
I'll make a motion that we give Jacob Bishop $1,000 from the Alma Fund. That's what we've done in the past, so.
Was that what it was,
Yeah.
been 1,000?
Yeah, right.
I'll second that.
Good. All those in favor? So good. Jacob this time.
Well, you're not messing around, are you, Douglas? You pushed the motion right along.
Now, there is the planning board.
Yep. Yeah, we have a planning board applicant too.
Oh, we do?
Yeah, it's above the Alma Fund. You skipped over it.
Yeah, I didn't.
So that, the applicant is Melinda Brown. They actually own the property right across the street from us on Corey Lane. She's been very involved in the Clifford Park Committee, was very knowledgeable. She's been fantastic to work with there. I was actually approached by members of the planning board to see if she would be interested in joining the planning board, so I think there's no shortage of interest on their part, as they seem to recognize that the qualities and the skills that she had as well.
Would this be a full member or a?
It would probably start out as an alternate. Generally, that's how they like to do it, so that she can sit in and just kind of take in how they run the meetings, what the criteria that they're looking for is, et cetera.
And we've advertised with no
We've
results.
advertised since spring, we've advertised since winter of this year.
Okay.
Multiple times.
I'll make the motion that we appoint Melinda Brown as a representative for the planning board.
Second.
All those in favor? Now we're down to public comment again.
One question, on the planning board,
No, go ahead. No, he
planning board, how many members are on the planning board?
Currently 5.
5, yeah.
They had a vacancy.
No, I mean, they currently have 5 members, but it's a seven-member group.
5 people vote and then they have 2 alternates.
Yeah.
In case one person doesn't show up, the alternate steps in.
Who are the 2 alternates?
There's only one right now,
That's,
Andrew Morley. But what they do each meeting is they just vote him in as a,
okay, so is,
Yeah.
Melinda Brown being the second alternate?
yes. And I think she may step into when she feels comfortable, she'll step into a full-time
I
position.
thought one of the five resigned, that one of the five members.
One of the 7 did.
Yes.
Yep.
So is there an opening for that, or is that been filled?
There's currently 2 openings.
There'll be one now.
Yeah, now there'll be 1.
Because either Andrew or Linda Brown will be
Yeah, Andrew probably will stay an alternate because of, just because of his job status. He's not sure he can be there as often as he would like.
okay. And getting back to the Alma Fund, Jacob Bishop, what year in school is he?
Junior. He's
Junior.
Yeah, junior.
And what kind of truck is the fire department looking to buy, or the town looking to buy? The fire department?
Tanker,
Tanker?
right? Let's do with it. Let's get the damn thing. It's an E1 International pumper tanker.
Okay, so thank you.
I'll make a motion, we review the warrants and sign them upon review.
Seconded.
All those in favor? Now I'll make a motion. You gonna make a motion?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Oh, this